Hello there and welcome to the Carwash 2.0. In case you don't know, Carwash is back. Please tell your friends to tell their friends that we are here. We are doing the things. Episode 1, thank you so much for giving us so much love. We appreciate it. There was 2 parts. Some had something to say about it, but listen, we appreciate all of the love. We appreciate all of the feedback. And there's no introductions this time.
No serenade.
No serenade. We aren't serenading it.
Today we need it.
Yeah, no, serious.
Look at that.
I know. I think. No. Today we
There's no we said we don't serenade, so let's go.
Looking like this, Mapui.
So for those
Don't act like it's the first time you see me like this. Oh, this guy.
So for those of you who are confused, in the end of episode 1, Teko said in the next episode we are wearing suits. And then only one person.
No, this is their suit, so don't blame.
No, man, gents. I think I must stop this thing of being a follower.
Okay.
Because someone said, no, guys, I have a situation. Can we wear suits the next episode?
Mm-hmm.
Then I followed that. I'll leave it at that. That's why I'm not wearing a suit. Why are you not wearing a suit?
I sent a message very late in the evening to ask if we are still doing suits. And then I received feedback. I won't say from who.
No, just say it, bro. You will see feedback
I
from
received
me.
feedback from Linda
Oh my God.
that we are not doing suits today. We'll do it next time. So next time you see us, we'll all be looking like Teko, hopefully. But
We'll try.
It's really good to see you guys.
So, Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Compliments.
I wish I could ask you how your holidays went, but it's truth to say that none of you had holidays. Teko, you were working doing analysis with Supersport, AFCON. Brighton, you weren't doing 1 but 2, 3 podcasts. Figo, you had your own show. Good morning, Morocco.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
We've been busy. We've been busy. I myself have been busy. For the first time, I've never celebrated the festive season. You know, I've been away from the family. I just can't wait to get an off, so I could take family out and just have some family time. We've been busy Morocco Sunrise with SABC, and I've been joining Brighton for some podcast where we are giving expert analysis. It's a space where I'm actually enjoying myself. I just can't wait. I think this is a good foundation that I'm building for myself, to transition smoothly, to life after football. Because it's just clear, everybody knows, turning 37 this year. And at that age, you're almost on the...
You are quarter to...
Hey, what's still young?
You're young in terms of life.
Of life, but in football.
Yes, in football.
You're still young in football.
And then, to be quite honest, bro, I think I've done pretty much well for myself. Some players don't even get to reach 37, playing professional.
Yeah, that's true. Teko, you were there doing your thing, the way you always do. Phenomenal analysis as per usual.
Thank you, man.
Good to see you, Brighton. You were there.
The podcast.
Everywhere.
Podcast.
No, just say everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, because if you're saying this, that, and whatnot,
We used to have a guy from the hood. We called him Van Alles because he was into everything.
No, man. I mean, just like Figo, this thing is addictive. Just like football, once you get into the space, you somehow enjoy, and most importantly, you want to grow, you want to learn. And I mean, what a way to do it. Someone was talking about episode 1 that, this star started cast, and I'm thinking to myself, who are they talking about? But when I look at it and be like, actually, it's an honor. It's a big honor when we are sitting around this table together and just being so authentic and real. Only not knowing that we're impacting lives out there, with our stories and so forth. So I'm truly grateful, man. But yeah, as for Alice, no.
Hey, Van Alles. Let's go.
Van Alles. So, we started off episode 1 by speaking about permutations for Bafana. Right? Then they were going into the tournament. Now we do the postmortem. Everyone has spoken about it to death. We've spoken, or people have spoken about Bafana. The easiest thing after a disappointment like that, and I think we can call it a disappointment, is the coach, number 1, becomes bad, and people, number 2, become experts.
Yeah.
We are not going to do that. What I do want to do is, let's look at what can we fix. We are going to the World Cup in 5 months' time.
Yeah.
Our first World Cup in 16 years, And it's the first one we qualified for since 2002. I told you guys I was in grade 2 at the time. So, so we are looking at what can be done right. What are we fixing going into that? We have 5 months left, right?
I think firstly, one has to mention the fact that we spoke about it earlier. The beautiful thing about us was that we were ahead. Because I remember posing a question to say, guys, should we not win AFCON? Or because we've set the bar with that third position finish, do we count that as failure? And I remember Teko saying, we need to look ahead because there's a bigger picture. What we need to do now is to plan ahead, and I think most importantly right now, I would say rightfully so, it's a good thing we're feeling like this. When was the last time you had so much excitement around Bafana? Because back then it used to be, it's expected. It's my banner, disappoint us again and whatnot. But this time around, it's genuine disappointment where everyone had high expectations, mainly because South African football is on the right trajectory. It's a good rise. So all we can do, we take positives from that, and from those positives also, I always say we never lose, we learn. What have we learned from this and how do we implement so that we can become better? Because we tend to point out Morocco has done this 10 years ago, this and that. Also, implementation, because we're constantly talking about Vision 2030. I mean, when I was growing up, you say you chose 2002, you're in grade 2. We're talking Vision 2010. Vision 2010 happened right in front of me, So there has to be that improvement in terms of application. Now, once we talk about something, let's implement. If it doesn't work out, at least we've tried, as opposed to us just talking about it. So that's, I think that's where my perspective is. Right now, you're talking about 5 months, but we need to look beyond the World Cup because it's post Coach Hugo Broos tenure. What's going to happen after that? We shouldn't wait for the World Cup up until Madala says, thank you, it's been nice, goodbye. Then we start scrambling around. We need to start now.
World Cup, Teko?
You said a mouthful. Jesus. I don't know, man. I have a different feeling when it comes to what I've observed during the AFCON with Bafana. And I can, my opinion is, I don't think ever since Coach Hugo Broos was a coach, he has never been pushed to a point where he needs to take risks.
Okay.
In a sense that from a tactical point, or maybe from a tactical point of view, right? So when there was moments in one of the games, especially against Egypt, when he was tested to take risk, he didn't. And then I looked at that game and I was like, okay, maybe we still have a chance, giving some sort of leniency. And then you face Cameroon again, and then you see the same thing happening. Then you can see that this is a person, this is exactly what he wants to do. But then again, after the game, now when the emotions are a little bit low, you start looking at this thing holistically. And then you realize maybe he doesn't have the quality that he wants. He doesn't really have the quality to actually go out there and be brave that we want him to be. Okay. But then we are so emotional in the sense that we have the expectations of Bafana to be either the same or a little bit better from what they've done.
Yeah.
But then again, realistically is that team that did that is no longer the same team that now participating in AFCON, right? And we look at now, when it comes to, we've played football, the importance of relationships on the pitch, the importance of synergies within the games itself.
That famous word, camaraderie.
You know what I mean? Because we can be all buddies off the pitch, you can be all buddies in the dressing room, but what matters most is on the pitch. Do we have that telepathic understanding without even saying a word to each other? And then that becomes a big factor, especially in big tournaments like this, because then you have a group of guys that many haven't been exposed to big games. Yeah. And many have never been exposed to big tournaments. And those who have been exposed to big tournaments or big games is either 3 games, right? And possibly those 3 games, or 2 of them are at home. So you still have a home ground advantage a little bit. So you're so used to being, in the bubble. And we've never tested those guys. Even when we played Nigeria for qualifiers, we didn't take risks. We played Zimbabwe, we didn't take risks. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now we can't expect Hugo Broos to take risks now in a big tournament like that. But yet again, holistically, I think what I've observed, what I've figured out is all the best teams now that they've done great. Look at the number of youngsters that are playing there. And look at the way the youngsters are playing. So you look at Egypt, you look at all the forwards. 20-year-old, 24, 23, 22. You look at the type of football that they play. You can go to Senegal as well. So a lot of 24, 23, 26-year-olds. Look at the type of football that they play. You look at Egypt, the reason why they're struggling. You look at the age group that is there, and look at where football is right now. So then you come back to South Africa, you're like, okay, you still have Mbokazi that we still regard as a youngster, but there's a lot of younger players that are playing regularly. You look at Senegal, Koulibaly was replaced by a 20-year-old. Yeah, big fucking big game at that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't shaken. Nothing. There was no problem whatsoever. So then, the question is then, when are we as South Africans, we're going to get rid of the fact that we're the 20-year-old is youngster, when we see 20-year-olds in other countries doing magnificently well? So then it comes back to, maybe you look at the bench. Now you have Morem that comes in from the bench comes in and changes the game. So therefore, as a coach, you want to continue giving the guy an opportunity to carry on. But now when he starts, he doesn't give you the same impact from the bench. So now when you look at the bench, you possibly don't, in your mind as a coach, you possibly don't have somebody that can come in and cause an impact that you're looking for. Yeah. But also, he also didn't do himself justice. One, by announcing that after the World Cup is gone. So therefore, it allows us to criticize him more if he doesn't win, because we feel like he's not invested emotionally. Two, he only took one creative midfielder, and then he left the top goal scorer out of the national team. Then when you're struggling in certain positions, you don't have a backup because you never thought that you'll need them. Then you take in two young players that you've never used in the Bafana setup before. You give them an opportunity to taste how it feels like to be in the national setup. You could have done that via Nigeria, you could have done it via Zimbabwe, World Cup qualifier. But now you're doing it in the biggest stage. In the biggest stage, you need to have everybody that you look around, they're ready to play. Now, we having a crisis in terms of creativity. You bring in the poster boy to help you out. You're throwing him under the bus. We've seen how everybody spoke about that. But the problem is, as well, the player sure was ready to play. That's not a problem whether they threw under the bus or not. At some point, you needed him to play. But the thing is, like, maybe it comes to what Brighton is saying. What is it that we have learned? I personally feel like we don't have the depth and the quality that we thought that we have, because such big tournaments, it really, really exposes the limitation that we have. We're getting excited because we see these players week in, week out, but against who?
Yeah, that's true.
Then when you get to those big tournaments, you're expecting certain players to, take it a little bit up, but they've never done that in the club level. So now you basically asking your body to do something that's never done before. And then we come back again and we're the first people to blame him. So like, Brighton didn't do anything.
He's not ready.
No, he is, but it's just that he's got limitations. And now and also with limitation, doesn't necessarily mean that we need to have 8 to 9 players that have high quality. But you need to have a balance in the sense that if Brighton is lacking something, next to Brighton, there's somebody that can actually to balance it off.
Yeah.
We didn't have that proper balance in our team. We can't, now you have 3 defensive midfielders that are playing in the same position. When we have the ball, they're in a straight line. We don't have any creativity. When we lose the ball, so when we have the ball, we have less numbers, but we're still on the ball because 2 of them, they're hiding because they're not used to playing in tight spaces. So then you don't have so much creativity, but it's easy to do it in training because nobody's defending you. You're doing shadow because you're 24. You understand what I mean? It's easy to do that. So
the session is not even.
It's not even that intense because we've got 2 days we're going to play the game. So I strongly believe that if we want to really make an impact when it comes to the World Cup, we need to look at the other guys that are playing Europe. Let's not be naive and think that the quality that we have. We have to. We really, really have to. And we shouldn't be looking at those players based on the age. We shouldn't be looking at the players and saying, what is it that they can contribute to the national team? What expertise do they bring? Because the national team is not a club. You can't be emotional as to the end. I think, Figo's 37 is not going to give me shit. No, my bruh. Don't be emotional about it. If he can come in at a 37-year-old and give us 60% of something that is very, very great, we appreciate the 60%. And now we're looking at students who can give us the 40% that he lacks.
Guys, that's what Pelembe there.
You understand what I mean?
42.
And he changed the complexion of the game because the first game he didn't start, and then he came on again when they needed him the most to qualify. He earned a penalty
against Gabon.
Yeah, he got it. So I fully agree with what
Coach Hugo Bro said 2 things. Figo, he said Coach Hugo Bro said we need more players in Europe, and that is going to improve our standard as South Africa, right? Then Coach Rulani Mukwena and Coach Mangoba Meti came out on 2 separate radio stations and they said, we didn't choose the best available players. So now I'm saying there's Coach Hugo Bruce is saying we need more players in Europe, but he left so many players in Europe out. Then they're saying that he didn't select the best squad. Taking all of that into consideration, do we have the best squad? Are we selecting the best available players? And do we feel that we need to have more players from Europe?
Bro, I don't want to say this, but I think for me it's an excuse.
Okay.
Right? We need players.
Because you questioned his selection methods.
And I've actually been thinking about it so much as to whether what Coach Hugo Bruce could have done better, right? And before, with the last episode, we said it that, kudos to Coach Hugo Bruce because he's made the nation happy in the long term. But now when we speak about overseas-based players, at this current moment, we are a country that the whole world is watching. Our players are leaving the borders. So before we can even speak about European players, it means we have something special within the country, which is the Betway Premiership. If we're getting now Puso Diteja and Mbokazi going abroad, it means many other players are still going to leave because of the quality that is here. And it tells you even with the log has never been so tight in the longest of times. Right? At this stage of the season, we are saying, Banikezeni yona. Banikezeni bahambela.
I give it to
But
them.
it's not like that for me. So I think Safa has to come to the party to assist Coach Hugo Bruce. Right? And
What's happening?
Small
Teko?
prayer. And understand.
Are you saying good luck without saying
No, I'm
much?
sharing the same sentiments.
Right? Because I feel that if Safa comes on board to assist Coach Hugo, and how do I ask that he should assist? If we spoke about the number 10 that we so desperately need as a country, and we only had Mbule there, and people are questioning, do we as a country, because everybody was saying, do we as a country have a number 10? But do you want to tell me that amongst all 16 players, there is no number 10? So the problem is, Coach Hugo can't go around watching all the games. Can we get Safa to create a platform or a group of analysts, experts, to follow each team? At least 2. Let's have an analyst that works
local teams.
Local teams, yes. An analyst that will follow as Kukune all their games, because not all our games are live, and people only see us when we play live, and maybe we play 4 or 5 games live, right? And then you hear people say, "Hey, but you only show up when you are playing against Pirates or you're playing Chiefs, but you never watch my other games when I'm playing Arrows or playing Richards Bay." Do you understand? So if he can get that group where people are going to report to him, somebody's going to follow Richards Bay and tell him of the best players at Richards Bay. I hope it just makes sense. So it means now Safa has to come to the party to assist Coach Hugo. But again, with Coach Hugo knowing that he's going to retire, right? We're coming with solutions now. We know that after the World Cup, he's retiring. Can we get somebody that is going to take over from him, join the Bafana squad as of now? Not that he's going to make the call or be there to have a strong voice, but can he be there so that the transition becomes smoother? So that person does not come with excuses, because tomorrow we keep writing that job.
What if he's there?
Yeah. But let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. This is a country.
Yeah.
You can't hide from your own people.
Sure.
If we've decided that we are signing Teko to be the next coach of Bafana, let us make it clear. Coach Teko, you are going to take over.
Yeah, there's no use in keeping it
Keeping it a secret.
Sure.
No,
Yeah.
this is not club football.
Yeah.
This is national team. So can we prioritize the nation in that regard?
Can I throw this one in the air?
Throw it in there, I'll catch it.
Who's that next guy?
I strongly believe I don't know if I can share it here, but I won't. But the thing is, like, because I do have a lot of conversations with people, regarding football. Football is my passion, bro. And I think we had such conversation that Figures is alluding to, as to then, now that we know that Mdala is going, what's the contingency plan? Who's there to actually take us to the next
Prior
level?
to him, we didn't have a contingency plan.
Of course,
But he came out of nowhere.
yeah, but things have changed now. So now we in the positive spin, we in the positive era where we think that we can actually have a say in terms of then one of the best countries in the continent and really, really causing an impact to the World Cup. And we no longer speak of then if only we qualify for the World Cup. Oh no, after this qualification, we want to qualify for 2030. You know what I mean? So then we in that space. We want to also play the next AFCON, right? So now you can't take a younger player to be able to, or a younger coach to be in the type of space, because then the problem is with younger coaches, national team is a lot of big egos, superstars in their own rights, in their own teams. When they mix them together, they're bound to bound heads. So now you need an experienced coach that has been in those type of spaces, right? Doesn't have to have an experience of coaching national team, but an experience in football that is,
personality.
Yeah. Right? But then again, because we have done so well, I think we might interest one of the foreigners again to come back into the to coach the national team. But my problem is with that is national team still today doesn't have an identity as to how we want to play, regardless of who's coming. I'll tell you why. We became third because 8 to 9 players play for the same team. There's a lot of synergy. They play the same way. We adopted that as our way of playing as a Bafana Bafana. We were happy to see them play like that. We even forgot that these guys are playing for Sunderland. We were like, Bafana Bafana is playing beautiful football. Even the coaches that we faced, they said Bafana Bafana is dangerous because of the type of football that they play. No, that's not
when we were
like
third in terms of possession. That was our highest metric.
Right? Yes. And because of how we played, it cemented the fact that there's a lot of local players within our squad, which means our league is such high quality. So it comes back to what Figo was saying. So that you can't disregard that over 3 years and say, but we need... No, you didn't say that before. When we came third, you never saw a problem of having any international somewhere. So all of a sudden, you don't have plan B and C. Your tactics are limited, which in this case, they were exposed. And it's not a bad thing to be exposed technically, because there's coaches that have better players, better quality. They'll expose you. It's part of the game.
An opportunity for introspection.
Exactly.
Now you go and look, you go back to the proverbial drawing board, and then you
exactly. That's why you have analysts so that you can find the loopholes for a team that you're playing against, so that you can expose them, right? So now he's been exposed. You don't just because you've been exposed. Guys, stop taking the blanket on over your head and trying to hide and trying to come up with excuses. No, be a man and stand up. Because as much as you've been a man about speaking about other players and speaking about other issues, be a man. I'm like, guys, raise your hand. I'm like, okay, guys, you know what?
Take the
you know what I mean? We've been exposed. And I strongly believe that we've learned so much. You don't have to tell us what you've learned. Guys, I think we've learned so much. We're going to go back to the drawing board.
What does Coach Steve call it? Calls it brass. He says you must have a pair of brass.
Okay, that. Then whatever the nitty gritty is, you can actually, when you have a meeting, as to then doing a postmortem within the Safa region, I'm like, okay, guys, what is it that we can improve? Look at all the type of players that you have in your pool. So like, maybe in hindsight, I could have done this, Because hindsight, it is 2020. But for me, it comes back to what Figo says. For me is, you're so brave to come out and select the team regardless and be so arrogant about it. But once you lose,
bash everything and everyone.
But once you lose and you've been exposed, you want to come back and create excuses, and you want us to then have leniency.
Said when
it's not possible.
You create excuses that are somehow contradicting, your previous statements, especially when you want to talk about the quality in Europe. And I can count. Now, not so long ago, I was watching Luke Leroux playing against Arsenal, FA Cup for Portsmouth. So, yes, he was part of the squad. We don't know why he was dropped. And then you have Gift Links, who's doing well. And we did mention that.
You'll never select
team of the season.
Yeah.
You will never select Gift Links.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that
there's a Luther Singh in Cyprus. He just won player
of the month. Sure.
Mihlali Mayambela. He just
playing Europa as well.
We have the detergent that is going. Who has this detergent stats right now as a midfielder? But he's not a part of the national team.
But you see, that's what Figo is saying in terms of having people around you, because you can't do it alone. And on top of that, when you have people around, I believe that personally with you guys.
Let's not create excuses for him. Wait. This guy. Every time when I see him watching a game, it's the same teams.
100%.
When he's at the stadium coming to watch a game, it's the same teams. So you cannot tell me he doesn't have powers to fly down to bloody watch
100%.
Mbekezeli
That's
and
what we're
something.
saying. We agreeing with you.
No, for the fact that he can come to London Stadium, he can go to FNB, he can go to Loftus. He has capacity to go to Polokwane. He has the capacity to go to Mbombela. He has the capacity to go to. You cannot tell me now, even guys, now anybody that saw the or that really is aware of Detergent and Levy, nobody's surprised.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if the whole country is not surprised, why then when as a coach it surprises you? You didn't know that he had this, that you didn't know that he's performing very well, because everybody that performs as a national team coach, it comes to you.
But you know
But
how
your
we feel.
surrounding
You
also.
know how we feel
Oh,
about
come
the
on.
MLS,
Now all of a
'cause
sudden
he
you
said that.
want my surroundings.
No, I'm saying the people that are around you, Teko, it's very much important as well.
No, it's the same people that took us
That's
to
what I'm
number
saying.
3. So all of a sudden they're a problem.
No, what I'm trying to say is that you need to have people who bring different perspective. So what I'm trying to say in this instance is that by the look of things, what he says goes. And that's the
That's the
image.
Are you
arrogance.
saying that he
Yeah,
has so
that's-
many yes men around him?
100%.
So
I
that whatever
totally-
you say, we go.
That's what I see, because everything that he says, everyone agrees to it. We speak about these players that we're talking about, right? Time and again, when it gets brought up, he's gonna say, for example, label a player as he's a bad boy. Yeah, he does this and that, and then all of a sudden the narrative changes. Everyone says, yeah, but I see what you mean. Hence, I'm saying your surrounding as well. You need people who need to be strong and bring a different perspective. That's why you are there. You spoke about analysts that are going to be there. What are they saying about the number 10?
Look,
Are they supporting that statement?
I get what you're saying, Brighton, but my issue is if you are, because for me now, guys, if that selection that came third failed, we're gonna say that was a bad selection. You only chose a vast number of players from one team.
And at the end of the day, Diego, somebody must be blamed.
Yes,
You know, and
I get
we
that.
can't shy away that when the team does well, the players get the recognition.
Yeah.
But when the team does bad, the coach is slammed. But
Yeah.
that's his job because he's at the helm.
Yeah.
But now, you know, my problem is I don't want us to, keep like bashing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
we're not here
this
to
is not a one-man show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Can we have Safa come on board? Because when Bafana wins, you would see a Denny Jordan come up front and say, no, like
With the checks
You
going.
understand? Like the nation is doing so well. And this is our
What
problem.
happens then when we lose?
This is our problem with a people, like in general as a people, is that when we start winning, we think we are, our heads grow big, right? And we become so complacent. I'll give you a story. The USA have deployed the FBI in Morocco to check how security is for the AFCON, right? Because the USA knows that they are hosting the 2026 World Cup, co-hosting with Portugal.
Are they taking notes and learning?
They're taking notes. USA is the first world country, but they are remaining students of the game. So they operate from a white belt mentality.
Yeah.
And now imagine USA, if they're coming out loud to say, we are going to Africa. We are not so respected as Africa. We are going to Africa. We are going to watch how things are done so that we become better when we host.
Yeah.
They are avoiding to have excuses when that time comes and there's a lot of loopholes. So with us, let us also learn from big nations. Stories of success are similar. They are the same. When I look at Teko's life, like I told you the last time, I've been following him. And I see, all right, this is how Teko transitioned from being a footballer to who he is now.
Yeah.
So
I'm
there's a
taking
blueprint
notes.
for
There's a
you.
blueprint.
Yeah.
Morocco takes Hakimi injured to the AFCON. Why aren't we learning from that? So my point is, can we have people that will come on board? This is not a one-man
With
show.
a long-term vision.
Because if you want to have this thing alone, we are going to kill you. There's 62 plus million people waiting that love this country. And the moment Bafana loses, don't think that we are having a go at you. But our hearts are broken.
Yeah.
But when Bafana's not winning,
Yeah.
but
I'm
owning now 6 jerseys of Bafana. Huh? And the jersey I got was like 2.5 from Classic Play. Imagine how much
You have
that is.
6.
5, 6, it's 15,000.
Which means you have money.
Hey, you've got money, yeah? You're rolling deep.
I'm
He's a
employed.
working man.
I'm employed. I'm not a baby. I'm employed.
No, I agree with you. So I was at the airport when Bafana. I woke up 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
When Bafana.
So in
came.
the afternoon,
No, in the morning.
specify then.
No, I woke up 3 a.m.
Thank you.
and Bafana walked
Make
in, and
context.
the players are droopy. Like, I think of the players, the only ones who did interviews was Ricardo Goss, Batuse Obas. No one else. The only other people who did, because of just how dejected the players were.
As they should.
As they should.
Yeah.
Part of me felt like, guys, you lost. Come and answer to us. You understand? You are angry. Imagine how we are feeling as supporters because we were all the way supporting you.
Yeah.
Want us to put Bafana to bed. What do we need to improve? 5 months left. What do we need to improve?
Look, my 2 cents is the coach himself, he needs to have, if he doesn't or he hasn't yet, he needs to have proper relationship with the PSL coaches.
Yeah.
And with that is, if you can't watch all the games, you need to have feedback from the coaches themselves because they work with the players every day. And make sure that the coaches that you have relationship with, tell them as to then what type of players that are in your roster, right, in your team, right, to give you a little bit of feedback. Because then if Figo's in my roster and I want him to, I'm considering him for the World Cup, I can have a conversation with you as a coach. I'm like, coach, I want Figo to be ready come the World Cup. So even you as a local coach or a team coach, you understand the importance of Figo in the World Cup. So then game time becomes more this and this and this. So there's that connection and relationship.
So you're saying conversation. That is what needs to
be. Because then my issue is like you have your starters that are in the national team but not starters in their clubs. You need to find out why. We can't have starters in a national team but they're not starting in their own clubs, especially locally. If you're playing overseas, my friend, we don't understand the dynamics. But locally, you need to, people that need to be there that are starting in the national team, they need to be starters in their own teams. If they're not starting, have a conversation with the coaches, find out why, so that you know exactly what you bring into the national team. You're not getting surprised. And I, for the fact that he doesn't really have the type of relationship, you can hear from his arrogancy. He doesn't have a relationship with the coaches. He needs to have that relationship with the coaches, but also maybe, because he's the guy that is on the door. He's on the door already. So then there's no emotional investment.
That announcement killed him.
You understand what I mean? So for me, it's like, it comes back to what Figo says, like, okay, Shab, now we're going to one of the biggest stages. We don't have to find somebody that will come after the World Cup and then start dismantling the team and starting off. We can't be starting afresh. But also we need continuation. That continuation will start from now. As to then, what are the ideas? What is it that is working right now or that has been working for Bafana Bafana? So that when Coach Hugo Bruce bounce, because he's already at the door, once he bounces, somebody else already is inside. You don't have to walk in. You're already inside, so that you can have that Figo speaks about, that smooth transition. But also looking as to then what is it that we can what is it that we can change with the national team? Because you look at the age group. You look at, we have 20, 30, 32, 33, 34. You look at the countries that we need to compete with. The reason why they're so good, because in certain positions, based on the type of football that they play, they have all these youngsters that they need to play. You have Nkota that possibly could have played more games. He didn't. You have Relay that possibly, you know what I mean? So and also like maybe with that said is we need to have a standard system. Within the standard system as to then how we play, it actually gives you some type of ideas to then the type of players that will fit into the system that you play, regardless of who's on form or who's not. It will actually help you to be able to select players accordingly.
So we don't change our system to accommodate players. We choose players that will fit into our system.
Exactly. But look, let me make a personal example, the small one. Look at how Orlando Pirates have been playing. Very exciting, right? It's all about speed. Whoever doesn't have speed, doesn't have legs, doesn't start at Orlando Pirates, right? Okay. So it's at speed. So now when you bring them to the national team, because those are our forwards, right? We need to change our game to suit those people that are playing forward, for them to become what they are in their own teams. We didn't do so. That's why we couldn't get the best out of them.
We did it with Tembazwane in 2023.
We accommodated him to become
and he was phenomenal.
Best coaches that always tell you that it's not the coach or the team that makes the formation, it's the players that make the formation, right? And I agree with what Donna is saying. Now, when you look at the framework and the blueprint, it should be, it gives you the perspective of saying, is he a fit or not? How do I integrate this person into the framework? Not you changing the structure around a whole lot of things where now you brought Teko. Now, no, the whole Teko thing didn't work out. Now I need to look at Figo, right? So now when we talk about the continuity in terms of having someone within the structures already, it's more of when you are driving, I'm sitting here, and then you just say to me, hold the wheel while I'm fixing whatever. That's what we need right now. The most successful teams right now in AFCON and in over the past 3, 4, 5 years have used the same blueprint, whereby you look at Senegal. After Aliou Cisse, He was the former captain who won it as a player, and then he went on to win it as a coach.
Yeah.
But now you look at Papetao. This is a coach now who won Chen a couple of years back in Algeria with
So it's
Senegal.
continuation.
Then when they knew that Alusise is leaving, time and again they kept on introducing him into the
That's
national
right,
team.
yes.
Whenever they go to camp, he was there as one of the assistants.
Yeah,
You know,
it's no longer a new face. It's not a new.
it's not a new face, so there's continuity. You look at Morocco with Jagrad, same thing. You know, Walid, he's been there. You know, so it's more of now when you look for continuity, we go back to what Teko was talking about, the culture and the identity. You need someone who's already heavily invested within the culture, because we always say South African footballers blessed in abundance when it comes to talent, right? So what matters the most right now, it's understanding the cultural dynamics amongst the players.
Can I jump in there?
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys. Coach Hellman has been there.
Yeah.
Is he the next one? He's busy with his coaching badges. Coach Hugo loves him. He's been his assistant for the past 4 years. If we speak about continuation, can we put Coach Hellman into the conversation?
Not quite sure, but I'm of the fact that can we have a homegrown coach? Can you have one of our own?
Is that the best solution?
Let's have one of our own. If there's pressure, is knowing that you are around.
Yeah.
If you lose, you must stay in your house. You can't even leave. You must not even go and visit your family, because we are all happy. You know.
You don't catch a flight for a vacation, Yana. I miss my family.
No.
Yeah.
Let's have one of our own
Yeah.
who will understand the pain that we are feeling. But we can speak everything about football. There is something that contributes so much to performance and winning. It's culture. We need also
Let's not
somebody
beat
who
around the bush.
understands
Let's not
our
beat around the
culture.
bush. With your question, I personally, and you can come for me, I'm saying what I'm saying right now. Coach Pitso Mosimane is the person who's going to take us to the next level when it comes to the national team football. And I have my reasons whereby, one, domestically, we've seen what he has done.
Okay.
He understands the culture. He understands what it means, you know, to make sure that you integrate players. He understands our livelihoods outside of football, fine. But now when it comes to football matters, he's a great motivator. He's one person who knows how to build teams with everything that he has, you know. He comes in with a lot of personality, whereby in terms of the players, they'll understand that this is a successful man who has done it domestically and he went abroad to do it. And now he was part of the national team. He understands how Safa operates. He understands being in the jungle when you play African football.
Safa's
It's not the same.
Safa's not really such
Can
person.
it's
not an
devil's
issue.
advocate and say, prior to Hugo Bros, we've had local coaches. We had Coach Gordon Egerson. We had Coach Molefe Nseki. We had Coach Pitso Mosimane.
Mashaba.
We had Shakes Mashaba. And truth be told, none of them yielded anything close to what Coach Hugo Bros has done.
True.
So my question again is local
Lekker.
is it lekker for what we need right now?
Everybody
looked at
deserves
what
a
they
second
do.
chance.
Yeah, but have we looked at what they do? I mean, to come into the story figure, you look at, I'll make an example with Coach Shakes. Our only local coach who has always qualified us to major tournaments, AFCON. He did that. And I personally think that if it wasn't the whole issues of the qualifiers for Russia 2018, the Senegal game being replayed, all those things, and the infighting within Safa, I personally feel he had a good group that was going to take us to the World Cup. And what destabilized the whole situation of our qualification was then after he got sacked. Remember in Putamukaba, after the Senegal game, he got sacked after a win. And this is someone who was sitting on top of the log in a group where it had Senegal that was at its prime. Immediately after that happened, Coach Owen Dagama took over. And then Coach Baxter, I think, was brought back and so forth. Then that's where everything collapsed, because now there was a whole lot of changes, the personnel and so forth. So I think that if we're going locally, we need to announce now and have the confidence, full confidence to say this is the right man. Because time and again, whenever we give our local coaches the opportunity, it's what I've just called it. It's always, let's go and see what you can do for us. Whereas when we announce other coaches, there's full backing. We even announce that he's been signed for a 5-year deal and so forth. There's a project and whatnot. But whereas when it's our local coaches, it's either we announce them as a caretaker coach,
Yeah, it's
or
always
in the meantime
emergencies,
for
yes.
these qualifiers and so forth and so on. And there's no support.
We will have caretakers.
They never get the support. That's my observation.
But Mina Brighton, you know what I could say, just to add on before we move on to the next topic is the very same system that made our local coaches to fail, it's slowly coming back to Hugo Bruce as well. It's the system. The system, if the system doesn't change, regardless of what we bring.
What are we referring to?
The system is, look at the way Safa is the system. If we talk about the 2018 Senegal issue, we had the same issue here with Teko Modise. With the yellow cards.
The yellow card.
Still the same system, guys.
Sure.
So Hugo Bruce became successful because football, the league has improved, the teams have improved, the players have improved. We've got more good players right now. Regardless of where they're playing for, we've got more good players right now. So the system that will possibly made all those coaches fail, regardless of what it is, Hugo Bruce came in with this arrogance and made it work. So now is if we have to digress and go back to local, then coming back to touching on the matters that maybe because the system has changed a little bit, maybe he might be able to help. And which is we need a person that has more experience, this and that Coach Pitso is. But the problem is, I don't think Safa is ready for that personality. Because they have so many.
Because he's going to coach out on the
exact. So I don't think Safa is ready for that person. And also, you cannot tell me right now that if Safa was sober-minded, I'm not saying that they're not. If Safa was sober-minded, they know who the next coach should be. The whole country knows who the next coach should be, right? And because also you look at because we need to copy the best. For us to become the best, we need to copy what the best are doing.
Yeah.
Right now, the best countries in the continent, we are not even part 4, we're not even top 4. So now we look at Morocco, which are number 1. They've got a local coach, right? And when he took over, Morocco was this defensive machine. Now, hey my friend, they have good wings, right? You have your Senegalese that has always been top, but look at where the players are playing. The culture, the coach is local, understands the culture, understand the personalities, understand the background. So then and gone are those days where, of course, maybe Egypt also, Assam, but also the problem is like the style of play. Gone are those days where we have to play for Figo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we must play for Mo Salah. Hey, my friend, we can't. Football, we can't play for Mahrez, Algeria. You can't. Football has evolved. We need to have 3 or 4 more players that are very dangerous because then it increases your chance of you winning the game. But if it just to allude to us to maybe to conquer what he's saying, Coach Pitso is the one that's always going to be ready for the national team. But I don't believe that the system is ready for him because if he knows that if he has to come in, he has to clean. They will never allow him to clean because no coach has been allowed to come into the national team and clean. That's why the local coaches, they were told they were not even ready to come in and coach. Then it's easy to fire them. Coach Pitso will come then sign a long-term contract because he wants to have that blueprint, that continuity to be able to. You cannot tell me Coach Pitso doesn't want to coach in the World Cup. That's why he was so obsessed in coaching in the FIFA Club World Cup because those are the stages. Yes. You need someone that is that obsessive. But with that obsession, you need people around that will be able to help him work his way support. They don't have. And I don't also believe that with Coach Helman Mkelele, as quiet, as humble as he is, I don't think he has the right personality to drive us where we need to. Because there's a lot of aura. There's a lot of loopholes that I see in the national team, and it needs somebody with a strong personality. And as things stands, Coach Pitso is the one.
Yes or no question? Coach Pitso for Bafana?
Absolutely. Coach Pitso, we need you at Bafana.
Coach Pitso?
Stand you, bro.
Are we going with Jingles?
I agree.
There you have it. We have the panel saying that Coach Jingles should be our next Bafana coach. Thank you so much for remaining with us. We are on Twitter, we are on X, we are on Facebook, Instagram as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please do follow us. A few Fridays ago, I was sitting there at home. We were having a braai. Then next thing, I get a notification on my phone and I thought it was a joke.
Of what?
Hey.
We're fired.
No one got fired. It was actually someone getting appointed. And next thing, I see someone walking out in a mask. And then it looks like Squid Games. And then it takes the mask off. Then we have Monnapule Saleng in yellow. Hey, guys.
Hey, bro, he's so dramatic. I'm thinking about this guy.
That was how I felt about it.
Bro,
Let me tell you guys. So, transfers between the team that all three of you played for
Yeah.
and the team that one of you played for doesn't often happen. But when it does,
It's
big.
Mm-hmm.
We speak Teko Modise, we speak Thembinkosi Lorch, we speak Opa Manyisa. These are massive,
Yes,
massive
right. They
transfers.
justice. Gift Lirem.
Gift Leremi.
Oh, she's
Vroom, vroom.
Cheese boy
How?
Mokwena.
Vroom, vroom.
How?
Win Sunderlands.
Massive.
I agree, Pela.
Well, yeah,
There's a
and no,
goalkeeper.
but I saw a clip of Romford doing that thing to him, so that is why I didn't mention it. But anyway,
come on,
I love it.
Brighton. I know where
What I
you're
am
going
saying
with this
is that was a massive move, man. It caught me by surprise.
thing. Yeah. Same here.
Caught you by surprise?
Yeah.
Was a
Why?
shock.
It was a shock. Listen, the thing is like I never saw Monnapule Saleng leaving orbits this early. But I knew that maybe come end of the season he needs to make a move.
Yeah.
Right. Just for his career's sake. You need to go back to where there's pressure, where you're surrounded by good players for you to get back to your best. And not shading orbit players, but we know what Monnapule Saleng has done. And we would love to see him back. We would love to have such a players in the national team, and you need to be surrounded by good players.
Because of that.
But I think for his Sundowns signing, I didn't see that coming.
Why though?
Because I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
There was a moment, Jesus, I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for this. There was a moment where there were conversation as to then what will happen if Ribeiro leaves, right? And who are the players can be able to come in and play in that position, because we want to have a lopsided player playing in the type of position.
Someone who can cut.
Yeah, that's why Silas started playing on that side.
Okay.
Right? And then it was that conversation, but also when that question is being put, not that the question was posed in the meeting, let me let me not be dramatic.
Yeah.
So when that is posed, you're like, okay, the first thing that you're looking for is local. The last person you can think of was Saleng, because Saleng was going through his issues.
Sure.
That was the last thing that you can think of. And also there was the last thing that you see Saleng playing for another team than Pirates.
Yeah.
It was the last thing in my mind. But then when he signed for Sundowns, I saw a lot of similarities between me, him, and Lorch.
True.
Okay.
Right?
True.
We were not living the team in the right ways.
Yes.
We know there's always like backroom stuff that are happening. People don't know. Often as a footballer, you need to be quiet and focus on your bag and go play. And then the very challenges that me, Lorch, faced, because maybe Gift didn't play that long, so I don't know. But me, Lorch, and Saleng, the challenges that they're gonna face is the same thing that we all faced. Is the first 2 months of you proving yourself that Mamelodi Sundowns can accept you as a Mamelodi Sundowns player, because when they still see you, they still see you wearing black and white.
Sure.
That's a challenge, right? And after winning them over, is then having to go and play at Orlando Stadium against a former team and put on a show. That's
Face the ghost.
How does it feel?
It's
Before you
challenging.
how does it feel? Because it's a big game.
Yeah.
It's different with us when I had to go to cheaper, come back.
Yeah.
First game of the league, it was Pirates, Orlando. It was different because you look at the structure of the clubs, you still have Pirates fans who are chanting over your name.
Yes.
But now when it's Sundowns,
There you at a rival.
big game. So there's no way a Pirates supporter is going to chant for a Sundowns player. Yes, off the field, after the game, they'll come back and still, appreciate you and so forth. But during the game, you probably faced a lot.
Yeah, look, dude, now I was the most booed, I was most criticized, I was the most of everything. So that was a problem to adjust to, because you're a human being, you've got emotions.
Yeah.
And I don't remember playing well at Orlando Stadium against Orlando Pirates. Maybe for the fact that when that stadium opened, guys, I was playing for that team. So I understand the importance of playing for Orlando Pirates. And I understand the fans actually and how they treat opposition, because it was on the other side, making sure that the opposition felt that they're playing away.
Yeah.
So now when you're playing for the rivals, which is Sundowns, they'll make you feel something that you've never felt before.
Sure.
And that's why you also saw Anile Jali underperforming when he get there.
Yes.
Because it's players that still has so many emotions
Yeah.
to the fans.
Yeah.
They don't okay, if you have problems, you know how selfish the fans are. If you have problems, stay here. Don't go that side. Because if you go that side,
Have
then
problems,
automatically
we'll
I start
fix it.
hating you.
You'll fix it.
Automatically I start hating you. I got hated because I was playing for Sana, not because of what happened between me and Giants.
Sure.
It's because you're going to the rivals.
Yeah.
So Donna, so if I may ask a question,
Yes, sir.
obviously you struggling to play so well at Orlando against Pirates, and you mentioning Andile Jali. Could it then be an attachment problem? Could it be that you've moved over to the other side, but you're still attached?
Let me put it this way. You're right, you know? You might be right, but also the problem is we didn't shake hands on you.
Yeah.
Because remember when you arrived, you shake hands, there's smiles, there's pictures. When we left, we didn't leave at the boardroom.
Okay.
You left to Slele Kaya, but night call. So you didn't even have a chance to actually solve the
goodbyes.
problem,
Sure.
say goodbye.
You were going to have a disciplinary hearing. Then you left before the disciplinary hearing happened. There was
what disciplinary hearing?
You saw on Blitz, you already announced.
My friend, we are here now. Don't talk about we are here now.
But it's the universe, you're right.
But I just hope,
It's
I just hope. Listen, my guy. I just hope because we want the Lindam Dam story. We want the Pelem stories. We want footballers to play as long as they can because we know, as people that have retired, we know the first 2 years how difficult it is. Just from stress and depression. We know that. So we want footballers to enjoy football as long as they can because this is something that you've done in your entire life. Nobody should tell you when to retire unless the circumstances forces you. But then we also don't want to have a Saleng story, regardless of what it is. I'm a former footballer. I feel for footballers. I want footballers, especially good footballers. I want them to be on the pitch. I want to see him coming back to, Saleng that we all love, Saleng that scores. Hopefully, Mamelodi Sundowns will give Saleng what it has given me.
Yeah, no, I
That's all I'm hoping for because
agree.
it gave me life.
Yeah.
It made me fall in love with the game again.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that the move was correct. We all know whatever the case might be. But I strongly believe that regardless of what the issues are, sometimes it's like as fans that are not emotionally attached from what's happening inside, we always gonna side with, but I used to love you. Now when you left, you didn't love. No. My friend, you didn't love me. You liked me as a player for this club. So now that I'm leaving, you must understand that sometimes guys, not even sometimes, all the time, there's no the difference between me and the person that works 9 to 5. It's because I'm on TV.
You know me and I don't know you.
Yeah. And also I understand why you feel attached because every weekend when you switch on your TV, you see me. I understand that. Yeah. I understand the emotional attachment. But also you must understand the very same thing that makes you wake up every day in the morning to go to work, get tired, come back, you're moody, you're all bored. We're doing the same thing. You're doing for your family, I'm doing for my family as well. So now if I feel,
it's not working.
The bag is leaking.
Yeah.
Why can you as a 9 to 5 person go upstairs to your boss and say, guys, I think I've been working hard on an increase of this and this and this and this, and then you can fight your fight, but I can't fight my fight. The reason why you don't allow me to fight my fight, it's because you think that you know me personally just because you see me every Saturday. You don't know what my issues are. Just like I don't know what your issues are.
Yeah.
Teko, you are brilliant.
Before we
Before we
It's
move
not me, it's
over-
Red Bull. Red Bull. Come on, do something.
Red Bull do something before we do move over, and I want to speak about securing the bag. We do have a cupcake for
coming with
Mr.
surprises.
Mhlongo, yeah.
So, yeah, what's this
It was
now?
your birthday, so happy belated birthday, Brighton, from the Carwash team.
Yeah.
We hope that you see many, many more.
January, you come with cabbage, my friend. If January babies, you bring cabbage.
Bring cabbage.
Now when you're bringing,
We're bringing hoolies, brother. We're bringing hoolies, my friend. Hoolies do something.
no,
Now,
thank you.
You guys speak about securing the bag.
Yeah.
I want to jump to that topic because that is a taboo topic. The bag.
Taboo, not the club, right?
No, not the club, not the
Just
club.
checking, just
we are
checking.
here in the top.
Does it still exist?
I don't know. You should tell me.
I don't know.
Soccer players, please stay away from there. It doesn't exist. What's that? Yeah. What's that? That's true. But what I know is money. And it's a sensitive topic when it comes to football.
Yeah.
Two of our boys, Mbokazi, Titejane, are going to the MLS.
Yeah.
There is mixed opinion about it. Others are feeling that the league is not competitive. Others are feeling that perhaps Europe is a better option for them. I say the truth of it is that what they are going to earn in the MLS is going to be significantly more. And I don't know what they're earning in the PSL. I'll give you an example. Bongo Kuhle Shongwane from Maritzburg United. They are now Durban City. Because the MLS make their salaries public, we know that he earns 1.4 million rand a month. Now listen to this, guys.
Say it in dollars. Say it in dollars because they're
I don't
paying.
know how much dollars, but it's a lot. What I'm saying is
But after tax, guys, okay, hey, friends, there's tax. There's tax.
1.4 million
Before tax.
is what they show us in the figures.
Yeah, that's
on the
before
MLS
tax. Yeah.
salaries.
Yeah.
I don't care about tax
Yeah.
because he gets over a bar a month.
Okay.
Every now and then we hear about players going broke within a year or two after their careers. I want to ask you guys, do we encourage these boys, because they are 20 and 21, do we encourage these boys to go to Chicago, go and secure the bag, go and earn enormous amounts of money?
Yes, of course.
Or do we say to them, go and chase ambition, medals? Where do we draw that line?
Hey, my brother,
Ambition,
who are you? Who are you first to want to decide what these boys do with their careers? Because at the end of the day, I spoke about it. Culture. It all stems down to culture. Bruh, the backgrounds we come from.
Hey.
You don't know the struggles we faced.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. Just that maybe a lot of footballers will not agree with this. We all played football in the dusty streets at amateur for love.
Yeah.
The moment you step onto the professional ranks, that changes.
For survival, bro.
But that changes. Because even your style of play sometimes changes. Sometimes you are played in a different position. In the dusty streets, now when I play 9 or I play 10, and the coach decides to want to play me wing, I tell you, I'm not playing. I'm a right winger. I tell the coach. But
Because there you are a player. Here you become an employee.
it's business.
Business.
That's why you are then, when your contract ends, they review. If you go play 30 games, he's a striker, he scored 2 goals. Is he a good return on investment? No. Let's get maybe a Teko. And it's not personal.
Yeah.
That's why I refrain from players who have an attachment to clubs.
Yeah.
Like, love your work, bro. Like, understand. When I step into that gate, I know I'm here to work. Love your work. But more importantly, love yourself. Build yourself. So that when that time comes, now you are still full. That's the best investment one can do.
Bro.
So with these boys and the moves that they've made,
Solid.
that if they've sat down with their families and they know the situation at home and they decided to do that. We had the similar story with, who was the Brazilian? Oscar. When he went to China.
China, yeah.
People didn't like it. But when Cristiano did it,
No, it's different.
it's normal. Let's go to South.
No, like,
Oscar said it. People said, Oscar, you're still young. You are supposed to be playing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Oscar said, where I come from and the mouths I feed,
Yes.
you'll never understand.
You don't
So
understand.
that's why you'll find people that will always criticize us. I get that criticism. Hey, bro, you're a footballer. Why you don't focus on the football? Hey, my brother, I'm a footballer for 90 minutes. After that, I need to hustle. Do you know how many mouths I feed?
yeah.
So when you see all the hard work and the hustle that I do, just calm down.
not just-
Because if I show you the people behind the scenes that I've got to feed, that when it's month end, those people are waiting like
They are
this.
waiting.
So decisions, bruh, should be from the players. We can just have an opinion.
An opinion.
Yeah, but when it comes to decisions, let these boys make their right.
But also with that opinion is like, why would you want to project your insecurities on me? Right? You telling me to for instance, let's say now if I have an opinion about this boys going to MLS, I'm like, but they should go to Europe.
That's a cock.
Do you even know if there's offers from Europe or not? So now, do you even know how much money this boy is earning
as well.
right now?
Currently.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So now, just because you don't have access to MLS football, now you're disregarding it. And
Be playing against Messi at
Yeah, but-
least twice a season.
yeah, it doesn't really matter. But here's the thing. The very same person that says, but could wait for Europe. Let's say I listen to those people and then I stay. Come end of my career, I'll a mile. But also you don't know, because in South Africa, we don't have a bracket as to them. This is the lowest that you can go.
Yes.
This is the highest that you can go.
Yeah.
And we don't make our salaries public because it's shameful. What these boys are earning, it's shameful. I know how much the boy they spoke about, the one that went to MLS first, Tongwan. I know how much he was earning at Maritzburg because I nearly actually managed him. when I was opening
Your
agency.
remember.
I know how much, because I saw the document. It's shameful.
Very far from the 1.4.
What far? It's possibly. Let's not go there.
1,000%. You know, maybe.
My friend, well, I'll tell you off camera. But my thing is, we have in South Africa we have this notion as fans and football experts that had 2 games in their career as to then what moves footballers should be making, what moves shouldn't they make. But also, if you have to ask as to then, have you been in a situation where you're the breadwinner? Nobody cares about you on TV or not.
Yep.
When you took it upon to be your father because your father's absent, you become a father not only to your kids, but to your cousins, to you, all those responsibility that comes to you. And when you look at your paperwork, where you're working, you're like, I need to work a little bit harder because you look at all your peers are doing this and this and this and this, but you're just a come up. So now being a come up and a big opportunity that you thought was going to come in 5 years comes now. So now you must wait for 5 years because Brighton is feeling insecure. No, the very same Brighton that says that is chilling in his house.
Yeah.
He never goes to the stadium. Only he has Android phone that is still relying on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Androids are catching strays.
You know.
No, relying on the Wi-Fi. They're going to come and tell you what to do with your own career. But when you become successful in your career, they're the first one to applaud you. Like, yeah, he's doing brilliantly. But they never like the process. So if I am an uncle to these boys that are going overseas, the minute that phone call comes in, go, my boy. Because at the end of the day, that 35, at the age of 35 is going to come. So when it comes, you better have something in your pocket because when it doesn't, nobody cares which team you played for.
Yeah.
There's guys right now that they go on and speak about football and they have opinions about football, which is great because they play the game. But nobody cares who they've played for because at the end of the day is, can you, as a former footballer, at 35, 37, like he said, can you be able to go at Uku and have stuffed dumbbells?
Where's this?
Uko.
Yeah.
Yeah, like can you go to Cape Town? Can you take your family to Cape Town after 5 years of retirement? Can you take your family to Cape Town? Not in a car, my friend. Can you fly?
Sure.
Can you have the same lifestyle that you had as a footballer after post-retirement? Those are the things that normally people disregard because you're still playing. So I'm saying that if I had the opportunities that the Mbokazi had, trust me, bro. Okay, I did have, but you know what I mean. But I'll bounce. Because at the end of the day, whatever that they're getting is 1,000 or maybe 10,000 more % than they were earning here. And whatever that they're going to make it, because in South Africa, you will never earn enough money to sustain you after football, regardless of what team you're playing for.
Sure.
Because the system doesn't allow you to, you must understand the system.
Livelihood.
The system doesn't allow you to be rich. It allows you to be having enough so that you can come back and ask for more.
Yeah.
So you've been rich, so you're just going to teach others how to be rich. So therefore, the system fails because nobody's going to come back and ask for more.
So basically,
that's why you see a lot of us coming back to us because it's not sustainable because the system only thrives on you coming back, Figo coming back. Yeah. So imagine all of us not coming back.
Sure. So basically,
take us home.
What you were saying. We started, it was a hobby, it was a dream. But as soon as you get into the system, it's play for survival. And now to echo what everyone is saying is that all of us here, we have first-hand experience of that, whereby we got in positions where we understood what it means to play for survival, right? With the mouse that you're feeding at home and everything. It becomes a very touchy one because what happens is the very same person who's saying, why are you going? Why can't you go to Europe? Tomorrow, when I'll make an example with me.
When shit hits the
when I got injured, when the doctor said you no longer want to play football, my world just went dark.
Because you're still blind.
Even
you're legally blind. You know what I mean.
So
continue.
That means
ignore it.
That's what I mean, man. I'm legally blind.
You know what? That's a good one. We are gone. Let's just go. I'm not very. But yeah, just to wrap, so it was more about everyone disappears. Everyone, even the ones that know what you're going through, right? The very same person who would have advised you to take the deal or not take the deal. If I were to wake up and say, guys, I need surgery.
Yeah, they're gone.
No one will be able to. And then you think of the expectations as well. It's one of the things that we don't talk about as well. The societal expectations, not only from fans, but also from family. because you appear on TV.
Yes.
What you need to be driving, how you need to, and the certain things whereby my child, not even my responsibility, my uncle's son, what has to go to school through me.
Through you.
So now, fast forward, when that happens and I retire without money, again, what Teko is saying, accolades aside, the first thing that you're going to hear is that he drank the money at Taboo.
At Taboo, yeah.
Yeah. And he was doing this. And
Taboo's keeping
whatnot,
stories, yeah.
right? However, no one pauses to say, hey, wait a minute, how much was he earning? What's the tax bracket? What was his basically take home? Including what some, I don't like using the term black tax, but what
It
you
happens,
also have to,
yes.
you get my point, of which you do it willingly out of a good heart. But all those things we tend to disregard and say, yeah, I should have went to Europe. What if Europe doesn't happen? Because if it's
Do
meant
we
to
know
be,
if Europe is there?
if it's meant to be, what's wrong with me going and Europe will find me there, wherever I have to go? There's nothing beautiful than seeing a player that's happy and knowing that at home, everything is good. Hence, I always say, with the talent that we have, we're so blessed and everything, right? The best thing that can happen to any footballer in South Africa, because we play for survival, would be taking good care of their livelihood.
Sorry, so before we close, it comes back to Figo's sentiments, is the culture. So now we are saying to the guys that are going to MLS, are saying you have an opportunity to break the generational curses that you're facing in your own family.
Yeah.
Of you taking your kids to a drop off that you didn't go to.
Yeah, your kids' school will start with
Yeah, yeah.
Saint.
Exactly. You're going to saying something,
Right? Yeah.
And also just to educate the fans as well, is you are lucky if you're a professional footballer in South Africa, you have a better contract at age, maybe 25, 26, because most of them you get a better contract. Your best contract comes at 28, 29 at your peak. And after that, everything is you go in there to actually earn the same or less.
Drop, yeah.
But also, not understanding as well is to then we make decisions on an empty stomach, but because we bet on ourselves so much. So when you sign a first professional contract, you don't know shit about what's happening there, but you bet on yourself in a sense that I will make it, right? And then you sign a long-term contract, because long-term contract gives you that little bit of a cushion that no matter what happens, at least I've got 4 years here, so I'll figure things out. So the 4 years comes through, and then they say we're renewing with 3. So you know what happened? They give you a 10% increase. 10% increase, let's say you're earning, 15,000. They give you 10% increase after tax. My friend, you're still there, 15.5.
So you just jumped.
So therefore, you're on 8. You've been on 8-year contract of the same money.
Wow.
If you look at it, you're on the same contract because it's 8 years, because you signed for 15,000. Then the next 4, it's 10% increase, and then after tax, you're like 4.8, 15 or maybe 17. Basically, you're still on the same contract. So by the time you're 28, and also when you actually move to a bigger team, then you get more. But by the time you're 28, you got a 4 million house, or 3 million house, or 2 million house. Then you sign.
These 20 years.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if I can jump all those stages as a footballer, I'm 22, 21. Why shouldn't I? For me to conform to what the system wants us to do, just because you feeling better, you will feel better about yourself, because then I'm relatable to you because of the issues that we have. Hey, my friend, generational cases. It comes back with the black text. If we went to Saint what? We don't have black text. Anybody that went to Saint what? They don't have black text.
And we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here. Okay. No,
You're lucky to be with us because of the struggle. We are hungry. Brother, because we are hungry.
That's why you're anchoring, because you went to Saint something.
Extra time. I'm asking Mr. Ref and I'm asking Moreki for extra time. Please give us extra time. Last one. Xavi Alonso, Ruben Amorim. Both of them leave because player power. So Alonso loses El Clasico, wants his players to be graceful in defeat, form a guard of honor. Kylian Mbappe turns around and he says, Khankak. And then they go to
but
the
you see, that's
room.
wrong.
No.
The narrative that everyone is pushing is wrong, though.
He said
because
no.
that's not what happened.
He said no. But what I'm saying, this is not about Mbappe. What I want to ask you guys is, have you guys ever seen or been in a situation where
Player power.
player power comes into play where you say to yourselves, if we can lose these next 3 games, this one.
Yeah.
It
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
And you see with Man U in Real Madrid, teams that I both support. I've supported Man U for years.
So you don't like teams that play football? You like fighters?
I'm driven by success. I love teams that are successful.
Avengers.
Yeah. You see this? let me tell I'm telling you, bro.
Guys, next time tell us to wear bulletproof vest because this guy is firing in all cylinders.
I want to know about player power because that is what we saw here with these 2 coaches.
Leave the player power. These teams are signing fans as coaches. These big teams need big coaches.
What's player power at Man United?
They need coaches, bro, who possess a certain amount of aura. When Zidane entered that Madrid changing, he had already won. Because as a player, he had done immensely well for himself.
But then that circles back, Linda, to player power. Do we have a situation of player power where players, to a certain extent,
Don't sign a small coach when you have big players. So
player power doesn't work?
Even if there's no player power, right? If I'm a big player and I've done well for myself, and you sign a small coach, I'm going to tell you, coach.
Works.
Personality works.
Yes.
So if Ryan through it, Donna, for example, to go coach Marquez, how many players would want to sign for Marquez?
No. My
But you say you
guys, I'm not coming. Hey, I have no ambitions of being a coach.
I tried.
No. The even coaches have gone where they suit always track suit, what that. So listen,
You said you experienced it.
I've experienced it. When I joined Mamelodi Sundowns, there was a lot of player power. Players will choose games which one to play. You're going to play Black Leopards. It's Saturday. There's a party somewhere. People prefer to go to the party instead of going and traveling that long distance to go play. And next week you're playing Chiefs. You want to play. And you'll be in the lineup because of the player power. That's why Mamelodi Sundowns at that time wasn't that successful. And I enjoyed that, I think, for a season and a half until Pitso came. Then the first thing that he did was...
It's a powerful statement. Until Pitso came.
Until Pitso came. And then but also like he was the student of the game because he studied as to then what's happening. Why? Because I remember he calling me in. It's like, why is there so much player power at Sundowns?
Also, he saw it.
Yeah. And at the time, I think it was Coach Nieskins was coaching. Because with Coach Nieskins, as much as people think that was shit, we were playing what Coach Lani had. We were playing that with Coach Nieskins. But we lost 2 finals in the same season. And look at the players that are playing in the final. It was Thembinkosi, the younger players. All the senior players, they are somewhere having a good time. Right? Because they didn't like... Well, you know when players don't like Figo as a coach, anything that Figo says, we don't even listen to it because Figo doesn't feed my ego. Right? And they thought because they got away because for so long, then Pitso came. So Pitso did the same thing that Coach Nieskins was doing, not feeding into their egos. Guess what? And then I remember saying the statement because he said, guys, in this team, it's a lot of player power and a lot of you guys have been here for long and have never won anything for Sundowns. I want to survive because we're fighting relegation at the time. He says, not relegation, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys
Position 14.
threatened.
Yeah. So he said, I'm going to be in the top 8 come end of the season. And then next season, every position, there will be 2 or 3 players. We thought it was bullshit. Right? Then we became 9th. I think it was goal difference. That's why we couldn't qualify for top 8. But come next season, we signed, I think, 15 to 16 players. When you do tactics and training, you look around, there's 2 or 3 players. And I remember saying, he said, at Mamelodi Sundowns, we're not going to be driven by a personality or a player. We're going to win with you or without you. But we want to win with you. It's okay it's nice to win with you being part of us. But don't think that when you're not there, we're not going to win. And look at the players that left. Players that were very influential before Coach Pitso came to Sundowns. They left. Because I'm not speaking as to them because I don't know why the reason they left, but look at after everybody left because there's new faces, everybody now is listening to Coach Pitso. We all buying into the system that he's telling us, no ego driven whatsoever the case might be. We became one of the most successful Sundowns. That's why it became what it is. But I'm saying it does happen. So now you have a Coach Alonso that his second team that is coaching. It's a fucking Real Madrid, my friend. And then these players are earning more money than you. So now, you're not a Zidane because Zidane has an aura. Alonso is a good footballer, but he doesn't have that type of aura. yes, he was successful by Leverkusen, but look at the number of players that are playing there. Look at the age. By Leverkusen is like a more of a development side more than anything else. So you're not expected to win anything, but you're expected to do well because of the investment that they're putting into the team. It's a team that is like Ajax in the past.
Like
they,
Man United,
they buy, they sell, they buy, they sell.
you buy
So it
ten,
comes back. It comes back to that. It's the player power in South Africa is still happening. Whether we like it or not, we've seen good coaches leaving. We've seen good coach. Look at
about player power, Man United.
gonna-
It's talking about player power, Man
I mean,
United.
can we-
Who's that kind of player in Man United?
Bruno
Player power.
Fernandes.
No, listen.
Player power, Man United. There's
for the
nothing
fact that
there.
that guy is a captain.
There's nothing there.
He takes corner kick, penalties, throw in,
Player power,
goal
Man
kicks.
United. Which player?
Listen,
Okay,
listen.
wait. Answer this one
We
first before you go.
we
Which
have
player?
8 more episodes left. And that is where we leave it on that bombshell. Thank you so much.
Man, you will be relegated.
Player power, Man United.
From this player power over here, we want to say thank you for watching. Thank you so much for being part of the Carwash.
For my cake.
Thank you for the cake. We'll see you guys in episode 3. Aware.